Hello, 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 hello. This is called Keller Hacksaw Restoration. Okay, I got to paint it yet, but what I did do, I like restoring everything actually, even some of the modern stuff. I replace all the plastic with metal, steel, no aluminum, aluminium with steel. Redo sometimes actual bearings, replace. Anyway, back to Keller. Yeah, restore anything really. Vintage. So I like this heavy duty little thing. Got it on eBay, I think, for $100. Used U ship to deliver it to me. About 300 pounds maybe. Well made. So it was well used too. So what I did do is replace this bar. Added cap screws. Put my famous knob business at the very end of it. And replace the brass journal slides inside. Okay, did that. That's restored, nice and tight. Cap screws. This wheel, I restored it because when these are in operation, there's an eccentric wheel. Was cast iron. It wore down where it broke through, and what I did do was remove all that junk off and put an off-centric disc of steel. I think it was about 3/4 of an inch thick. I glued and screwed it on the other side of this, so it works perfect. That's the other restoration. What else? Anything else? Yeah, I got a belt for it. Replaced some screws holding the oil pump system down here. Hard to see it, I guess. So that's a restoration I did, on and off over a little while. I'll do this, do something over here, restore something else. Some of the machines I restored, clean up, repaint, make sure they're nice and tight and accurate. That's one of my restorations down there. I did that some years ago. Flat belt driven grinder, as well as a motor driven 3-phase grinder. Restored him. It's all a matter of bearings, making certain parts. And what else? I got to do some other things. I'm always busy restoring, fixing, experimenting, you name it. Send me parts. Hey, oh yeah, I restored this thing. Got rid of the plastic and put metal hand wheels, a jack shaft at the back. So if the motor gives out in these mini lathes, I'll just run another motor down here and run it that way as well. I did that a while ago. I had done hundreds of things. Just recently built this thing to hold that. And I got some 2564 drill rod because I got to replace certain things in these old cannons. Now, let's take a look. Because they're missing some of these pins, right? Oh, where did that? I got it all apart. So we got it over here. Got lynch pins. I don't know if anybody's got any lynch pins that are 24/64, not 3/8, because I got to make some of these here for the cotters. Perfect fit. So what I'll do is, can't find them anywhere, parts like that anymore. Cut these to size. That's a nice tight fit, perfect. Okay. Put a cotter pin in the bottom. Drill a little hole, put a cotter pin. And then up here, I'll machine it down so I can thread it for a 3/8 nut, which I can stick in my little mini lathe and machine it down to a flathead so it looks like a a perfect replica of the cotter holders and pins that hold all this stuff together. So we're doing that. It's an easy one. So make a bunch of those. Gotta make a cotter too. Cotter, which will be interesting. It's got some unusual shapes to it. I did get a corner end mill, high-speed steel, but not tungsten carbide, which would make me a few of them. You drew out a rough sketch. A piece of steel here at the cotter. Okay. Punch the holes here, but it's got to be deadly accurate. And I'll show you what a cotter looks like. Okay. Because I left it over here. Cover this up. Get the old Oerlikon display thing back together. Got a bunch of it. 11 Oerlikon cannons. Got to be put on display. And you can see one standing here. What a bitch to move. Another one over here, and the other are in crates. Anyway, a cotter, it looks like this. So I got to machine these. You can see the round corner, so I need an end, a mill that's corner end mill thing. So high quality steel. It is roughly, give or take, 1/1000 of an inch, 2465, 64 thickness. Can't find them anywhere. I don't know how many I got. I got crates full of cannon parts. Bolts and pieces and springs and things and pieces and parts. Hundreds, thousands of pounds of them. So I got to do that. And that'll be fun to do. No. Yeah, so where are the ravens today? Already fed them. And they travel around. They got watchers all over the place. They see where we're going and keep an eye on us. So when we throw food out, they'll come and eat. And in the summer, I give them water, but no need over here because the water from the rain fills that up. The bowl. Okay, well, that's my little bit I'm doing today. I always do something every day, organization as well. Good exercise program. What am I getting in? I got something on eBay at a reasonable price, and not 1,000 for 25 bucks. These air compressor pumps, I have a bunch of them already. Couldn't turn the deal down. These are used to drive the Mark 14 gyro gun sight system, which I have plenty of them. These things. Now all of these things I got for reasonable prices. I noticed that in waves of things that somebody wanted $900 for that. Got mine for most of mine for 35, 50, 75 bucks. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them, I think. The old eBay sellers think they got a gold mine of stuff that never sells. It's kind of funny. They'll sit there for years. And occasionally I'll send them an email saying, please save my email. I'm not buying right now, but I sure can't sell it. Give me a holler. I'll buy it at a reasonable price. There's another one in this case over here. Oh, I'm super scrouger. Scrap prices are the best. A little over scrap is good too, because people gotta make a profit. Doing all of this stuff. The experiment. It's fun doing this. This stuff I restore as well. I'm very quick at it. I won't touch anything that's plastic or computer crap. Only vintage computers. Touch those, like the 40s and 50s. And I got this off of a computer, 1950s. HMCS Columbia, used in X-Files. And they painted it. I had to clean it up a bit. A bunch of other pieces out of the X-Files set. I took apart warships for 5 years. Oh, that's my story of my Keller saw, my cotter, and other crazy things I like doing. I think one of the interesting things I restored, working conditions, brand new condition, is our good old trusty guns targeting system. Iowa class warship. It's pretty well restored. I even got the motor running perfect, and the synchro motors and gyro motors working perfect, and all the switch gear. All runs 110 volts. That was fun doing. This I got off of HMCS Yukon. Works fine. Cleaned that up, restored it as well. So I'm a restorer of things. Vintage. Expecting a delivery from Power Boater eBay seller. Sold me a name's tailstock. 200 pounds it is, coming by UPS freight. It was cheap. Not the outrageous prices most people want their things. Hey, send me machine tools and cannon parts, okay? Since I got a slight fan base out there, I think. Hello? Who's that? So, that's all fun and games. Yeah. Just waiting for the delivery, UPS freight. Oh yeah, I still dress like this. Your little hottie needs a good spanking. Hey, anybody out there want to give me a good spanking? Hey, any ravens? They're all gone. They have a feast. They come around again. Look. I'll sometimes feed them again. Little gray squirrels lives up there. He's a shy little guy. Okay, what else is new in my crazy planetoid world? Still getting the machine shop organized and the armory, as I call it. You know, cannons and all that, moving them around. I like doing that. It's kind of fun. How to store and stack stuff is fun. You can't see anything on it because the lights are at the other end of the armory. This is an ongoing experiment. ELF radio waves and that to eliminate nuclear radiation particles. It seems to work great. Some of the other vintage stuff I like restoring these old lathes, these tiny little heavy duty lathes, old steam engine stuff. And I have done the videos, many of them on my organization. But I want to do a video on Keller, Hacksaw, and sometimes I get broken parts in that can be restored quite easily, like this piece was broken down here. But I fixed it. Make it better than it was before, is what I like doing. So this is getting organized, as I showed you the other day in another video. And a lathe like this made in China, 20 by 80, long gem lathe. I replaced the wheels and all the handles and double check everything for extra strength. I even will strengthen the whole thing too. Drilling holes, tapping and putting extra heavy duty bolts in and that kind of stuff. This one's totally restored. That's a Smithy Tool Company. Works great. Well made piece. Kind of an oddball one. Extra long table with all the gearing and drive mechanisms down here. Done a lot of work with them. Okay, that's that one. Right, Major. This is what I call the armory. So I have fun moving this stuff around. Cannons, cannon barrels, cannon barrels, cannon barrels, cannon barrels. I've got a restoration project ongoing kind of thing for a number of years. This old Oerlikon cannon that was blown off a ship, I think. Because when I got it from the Cannon Superstore folks, delivered by U-Ship, I cleaned it. It was full of sand. The whole thing was full of sand. Oops, somebody knocking at the door. Must be my delivery. Okay, I'm going.